You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to the Cult Movie Cantina.
Yay! Still. We're on camera and you still won't do it.
I'm just laughing at her voice. I'm like,
Oh, I'm ready.
that
I
voice.
practiced it.
That was great.
This podcast takes a look at our favorite cult films.
Wait. I now notice the voice.
You have to say.
When I host, I lead, okay?
Then you
Okay.
say she has a voice.
Welcome. I also practiced it in a much different voice. Like, this is not the voice I use during practice. Okay, so this podcast takes a look at our favorite cult films, introduces them to someone who hasn't seen them. Is that technically Scotty, or has everybody seen this but me?
I actually have not seen I thought I saw this, but it was a different one with James Franco that I saw.
Oh, you like the Oz movie.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
am so excited for us to talk about what we thought this movie was
Okay,
going to be.
I saw this, but I saw this as a child and I did not remember as any of it.
So it was new for all of
So
us.
it was a new
Fun
experience.
and exciting. The only one who had seen it is Derby Wife.
Oh, God.
And it was the same as she
Well,
remembered.
Debbie Wife is an Oz fan, so
She is.
So
Yeah.
So we paired them with a great alcoholic beverage.
Oh, it's going to be epic.
Yeah, it is. I'm excited. And then we talk about it.
yay.
Yay.
This week we watched the 1985 film Return to Oz.
Do you remember
Yay.
how we got there?
Hey, did you introduce us?
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Scotty started talking before I could continue.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm breaking up the flow because.
Do you know how we got to Oz?
Yeah, how did we get there?
On a tornado the first time.
No, we didn't. Sort of.
Okay, so
No, how did we
the
choose the
film,
movie?
1985 Return to Oz was picked this week due to me being spun in a circle in skates and pointing at the board.
Which we will watch now.
So they're twirling. Justina's on skates because Justina.
And there you go. That's how we
That was
got
great.
here.
Oh, we have a clip of it.
Yeah, there's a clip.
I knew that. It's fine. And then it is kind of neat that it was Return to Oz because, like it was mentioned, Derby Wife's favorite movie is Wizard of Oz. So it was kind of fun. And then I am hosting it for no reason beside that. So here I am.
You hadn't hosted in a while.
I haven't. So I am Justina, to introduce myself. Your Jellicle Jester.
She who knows no movies.
I'm so sorry. I'm still with the voice.
I even put in parentheses
I know.
Admiral for when you guys do that. So
Oh.
I am Justina, your Jellicle Jester.
She who knows no movies.
Admiral. And I'm joined by...
Your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty.
And your facilitator of fun and lady of libation, Stephanie.
I will say, Scotty, every time I hear your introduction, I think about how I would mess that up every time.
Really?
You
Native
do so well
American
with
pop
that.
culture spirit guide?
Yes, because he says it so smoothly, and I'm like, every time I would mess that up, I would have to read my
I
name
think
tag.
I've been saying it for nearly 5 years.
I
That helps.
say, it's,
That probably helps.
Kind of helps.
I kind of like it.
If you would like to follow us, we can be found on any fine podcast app, including Spotify, by searching for the Mopcast Network.
Okay,
Normally they have plugs, but I'm doing it.
I'm gonna hold you back here for a second. You're doing
I'm
a great
excited.
you're doing a great job hosting, but you're doing a terrible job of putting mouth on mic.
Yeah.
I don't know
Don't
where
look
to
at the
look.
camera.
Don't worry about it.
Don't look. You're just record normal.
Or move the camera.
Shouldn't I be able to hear myself?
Yeah, you should be able to hear yourself.
Like,
yeah.
oh, I mean, I can hear you. Oh, there. That's better.
All right,
Yeah.
Thank you.
that's better.
Okay.
I just assumed I couldn't hear
We
myself.
just got a ability so we can all hear.
Yeah.
You can move your microphone toward
I
the
am,
camera if that'll
'cause
help
I'm gonna
you.
be looking
Or
at the
just don't look
camera.
at the camera because you don't have to look at it.
I'm not going to not do that, though. Like, my brain can't handle it. Okay.
just record normally.
Okay, so continue.
We can be found. Oh, I'm going to start over. Plugs. We got this. If you would like to follow us, we can be found on any fine, I can hear myself now, podcast app, including Spotify, by searching for the Mopcast Network.
It's like it's magic.
I couldn't hear myself, but even when I spoke into it, I couldn't hear it. So thank you for turning it up. That was nice. Also at the Mopcast Network is where you can find us on YouTube, which is where we have our podcasts, movie reviews, mashups, and short films waiting for you to enjoy.
You're killing me with this camera stuff.
Subscribe and set
I love it.
alerts.
This is the
So
best
you
part
don't
of the
miss
podcast.
anything.
You just need to
Best
put
part
like
of
hidden cameras and not let her know where they are.
No, this is great that she knows where they are.
I feel like if
what
I knew
like
that,
about
I
it.
would be like the Truman Show and would just always be speaking to the wall, like hoping that it caught me somewhere.
Just like, hi,
Hi.
welcome to
I like
our
she's
show.
got like the
Here
arm
I
movements are the
am.
best. Oh, look, if you're listening to this strictly on audio, go to YouTube and watch this because it's worth it. It's worth it. And subscribe. You can see more of this stuff.
And subscribe. I can't, guys.
Gotta get those plugs in.
If you would like to find out more about the Cult Movie Cantina, you can join us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/cultmoviecantina. There you can find out the latest movie news, see trailers, play games. We haven't played Wrong Title.
No, we haven't done it. COVID's kind of like
COVID's killing us, but we're getting it.
We're
guys.
getting there.
We're getting it. Do you have anything else you would like to add in that regard? I know Huntsville's probably still on the table.
Yeah, so
waiting
I'll
and
be at Huntsville July 18th and 19th. Come see me. We'll have comics and stickers and stuff for sale, and I've got some buttons to give away, and
Buttons are the best.
and we'll have a 3-dimensional giant bust of Mop that has glowing eyes that she'll be on display, and
Ooh.
That's awesome.
and so come hang out with us for a couple of days.
dark.
I'm excited because the kid from Neverending Story is going to be there.
Yeah.
Atreyu.
Atreyu.
Right, so-
oh, cool.
He's a tattoo artist now.
Right, he's a tattoo artist, so I'm excited to meet Atreyu. And
Does he do tattoos on the fly? I'm just asking for a friend.
well, I don't know. I'll have to ask when I get up there. And who am I so excited? So they had a bunch of cancellations, and then they picked some up, some more people. But like, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see. I'm like, oh, look, Atreyu. If I can get a picture of him like pulling Artex from the Swamp of Sorrow, I'll see if I can get him to autograph that.
Oh, that'd be
that's-
cool.
That's so super sad.
All right, but it'd be a great picture.
Man. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, so we're gonna start the tab. Bartender, let's get this going. So we watched again the 1985 horror film. That there's a purpose for that. Called Return to Oz. And here's the trailer.
This summer, Walt Disney Pictures presents a motion picture fantasy adventure beyond your fondest imagination. You'll be transported miraculously back to the enchanted land of Oz, that magical kingdom beloved by young and old for generations.
It's just a yellow brick.
No, Belina, you don't understand. This was the Yellow Brick Road.
You'll share with Dorothy Gale the shock of finding everything mysteriously changed.
What's happened to everybody?
And you'll delight with her discovery of 4 wonderful new friends who band together against a wicked queen and the dreaded Gnome King. This is the Oz you haven't seen before, and this is the Oz you'll want to visit again and again. From Walt Disney Pictures comes a whole new world of entertainment.
Why don't we just fly back to Kansas?
Return to Oz.
Oh, that was a good trailer.
Nope, spooky.
Oh, it's so spooky. So before we get started, I went into this thinking it was a horror
Why?
Like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like,
it's a
listen,
Wizard
She's
of Oz
not
movie.
wrong, though.
I mean, it's horror as in horrible, but I don't.
Well, I think what it was, because Derby Wife brought it up, something about it scared her as a kid. And we had talked about it before, but I don't know if that's what it is. But my interpretation, like, we started it, and I was like...
was it the terrible claymation?
It was a Wheelers. She didn't like the
You're a
Wheelers.
Wheeler.
I know. Now she likes them a lot. You're welcome. But so it started, and my brain is like, this is going to be a horror. Like, I'm prepared. Like, it's going to be horror. I can't watch it all the way. I'm going to be watching it like this or through my fingers. It's fine because it's a horror film. And then it starts with, like, this little kid, and everybody's happy. And I was like, this is a kid's movie.
Yes.
This is a
Okay.
legit
It was very much a
Oh,
kid's
wait,
movie.
wait. Hold on. No. No one's happy at the beginning of this movie.
But I mean, like,
That's true.
in terms of, like, horror or, like, it's normal life. Like, you can tell that it's geared more towards children.
It's not a
Then-
horror movie.
horror. Like,
It's a fantasy movie.
I'm not
Kind
saying
of a horror film. It's like a
I
horror.
don't think so.
It's a horror film for kids. It's straight up a horror film for
that's
kids.
fair. But as an adult,
I think that's what they
expected
were
it to
intending when
be
they were shooting it.
a horror film for me, and it started, so I'm like prepared. I'm like, it's gonna be scary, and then it starts, and I was like, what is this? What is happening? I don't understand.
The movie was weird.
It was a weird movie.
It was just weird.
So that was why horror was in quotes for those who watched horror film. So it was directed by Walter Murch. It was written by Walter Murch. Gil. I had to think about it. It was Jill or Gil. Gil Dennis. And is based on the second and third of the Frank Baum's. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Baum's. Oz books. And those are the Marvelous Land of Oz and Ozma
yeah.
of Oz. So there's
It's
elements of both of them.
most of it is from the first one. It's Marvelous World of Oz.
So there's a little bit of both of those in there. And apparently it's supposed to be more geared towards the books than the first was. So you get more of that true, like, actual novel.
The movie that I
recommendations.
thought that this was, that I actually seen, was geared, because it was close to the books as well.
And it is starring, I'm not going to say her name right, but Lady from the Craft.
Farouja Balk.
Farouja Balk. We'll be doing
It's
the craft too.
starring
So
Farouja Balk
I love
as
her
Dorothy.
so hard.
I did not believe it at first, and then after I saw her face, I realized, yes, that is Farouja Balk. They look the same, but as a kid. And it has Nicole Williamson. Nicole Williamson as Dr. Worley and the Gnome King. Jean Marsh as Nurse Wilson and Mombi. And Piper Lowry as Aunt M, as well as Matt Clark as Uncle Henry. Did Uncle Henry pick his name based off of this with Uncle Henry?
I don't know, but it's a good question to ask
We
him.
are
don't
going
know.
to ask
That's a
Uncle
good
Henry
question.
Good question
now.
for Uncle Henry. Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
If this bit doesn't work, I will cut it out. But if it does, so Uncle Henry, here's our question:
Yeah, Uncle Henry.
did you get your name from Uncle Henry from Wizard of Oz? Let us know.
You have asked me the stupid question, was I named after Dorothy's Uncle Henry in The Wizard of Oz? The answer, of course, is no. Of course not. Now, I was born before the movie came out, of course. Now, I was born after the books, but they were children's books. And in our family, because the books had witches in them and stuff, they were considered of the devil, demonic, and we would never, ever even read such filth in our family. So my family not influenced by the Wizard of Oz books or the movie. And it's frankly disturbing and insulting that you would ask me that kind of a question.
If you did a great job on that house at the end of the film. That's all I'm saying. Well done. So y'all ready for this sermon?
Y'all ready for
Sure. I feel like
we
we should be drinking now.
We should be. We should be.
Depends on how fast she gets through the sermon.
Brothers and sisters gather round 6 feet apart.
Bravo.
That was great.
I'm happy and impressed. Yes.
That is nice.
I genuinely practice this. Not in that voice either. They're all different voices every time.
Brothers and sisters gather around 6 feet apart. It's cute.
In October 1899, Dorothy Gale still talks of her adventure in the land of Oz, troubling her Aunt Em and Uncle Henry, who believe she is fantasizing. In her yard, she finds a key with an Oz insignia.
I think it's interesting that we are now in the Deep South.
Just let
We are in
let this
the
happen.
Deep South.
Please, just let this happen. This needs to happen.
Aunt Em
Continue.
takes her to Dr. J.B. Worley for electrotherapy, leaving her under the care of
I'm sorry.
Nurse Wilson. That's the nurse. Oh. As Dorothy is about to receive treatment, the asylum is struck by lightning and the power fails. Stop, I can't focus. Don't look at me.
You chose
Look
this
this
journey.
way.
We're just along for the ride.
Dorothy is freed from her restraints because she has been restrained at this point by a mysterious girl who tells her that Dr. Worley's machines damaged the patients. Keep in mind, this girl that showed up had already talked to her in her bedroom and then disappeared. By the way, BT dubs. Or through like a window or something. I don't remember, but it was in her room. She's already seen her once before. Anyway, they escape with Nurse Wilson in pursuit and fall into a river.
Hold on. I don't think I'm ever hosting again. I think I'm just going to let her do it.
A river.
I'm just,
River.
oh God, this is so good.
Dorothy clambers aboard a chicken coop, which I did not know that's what that was. I just saw a box, a floating box. But the other girl vanishes, and Dorothy does not seem to care. Okay, she at first she's helping her, and then the girl helps her, and then Dorothy gets in the coop, and then Dorothy just lays down.
Dorothy's very mellow through the entire film.
She does not seem to care that her friend is not in the coop with her. Next page. There's 3. We're down to 2 already, so we're doing great.
We are doing good.
Dorothy wakes up with her chicken, Belina, who can now talk.
What's the chicken's name again?
Just Belina.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Belina. There's a couple of names where I have to do some sort of hand movement to get it right. It's Belina.
Who talks like Dorothy?
She might be Italian. We
It's
haven't
not
gotten
bad,
to
actually.
Belina
That's pretty
yet.
good.
Okay?
Thank you.
Who can now talk? Dorothy looks around and announces that they must be back in Oz because, since her chicken is speaking, by the way, and she looks to be located in one of the deadly deserts.
And mind you, she's still not concerned, this Dorothy.
No. First of all, she hasn't asked about her friend.
Oh,
she
mellow.
wakes up, her
Mellow.
chicken's speaking, and she's like, you're talking? We're in Oz.
Oh, she's just like, I'm hungry. There's a tree that makes lunch.
Whoa.
Lunch bill.
We're going to go in order, okay, buddy? You calm down. Okay. So
We're in
she's
the
in the
deadly
deadly deserts. She announces that they must be in the deadly deserts where you must stay on the rocks or you die, which is later proven, but we'll see.
It's like the Netflix show, Floor is Lava.
Exactly. That's why we picked this movie.
No, we picked this because you went in a tornado and picked it on the board.
You can tell that I sensed it, okay? On their journey to the Emerald City, they come across an orchard of lunch pail trees, similar to the one that with the evil nurse, evil nurse stole from her.
The Norse nurse.
The nurse took the lunch and she goes, "You're not gonna need this," and then puts it on a bed. And now Dorothy has a tree of lunch pails, the same kind. She just picked someone that she wants. I think there were different sandwiches and different ones. I don't remember, but I think it was ham and cheese.
But it's important to make sure you pick a ripe one, not one that's too green.
A ripe one.
I have so many questions about those trees, but we'll move on.
Ham and cheese is a gross sandwich, Dorothy.
I love ham and cheese. Don't be talking bad about ham and cheese.
Ham is bad in general, Dorothy. Turkey and cheddar. And they have themselves a refreshing snack before venturing on and finding the tornado house. For those that have not seen the first movie, that is the first movie.
The tornado house.
And it's the house that goes in the tornado
First
and
movie
kills
was
the
actually
witch.
called Tornado House.
It was.
It's a working title.
Wizard of Oz, the tornado house. That's what it is. So they followed the broken yellow brick road. It's broken. It's in pieces. It's rubbled. I don't know what that means. It's like what is there's a word rubble?
It's turned up.
What was the word you used earlier?
It's turned.
Derby wife.
It's turned up.
It's
Demolished?
not good. It's not good. Okay.
It's been demolished.
It's
So-
in ruins.
Ruins. They follow the broken yellow brick road that is in ruins to find the Emerald City in ruins. That's why it's already in there. That's why I put it in there twice.
In ruins.
And its citizens, including the Tin Woodman and the Cowardly Lion, turn to stone. Now she sees graffiti stating to beware the wheelers. Beware the wheelers. It's important. And as she questions aloud what they may be, she found herself cornered by said wheelers, who menace people with wheels instead of hands and feet. They have wheels everywhere. I am not
They
a
only have
wheeler.
4.
Yeah, they don't have them everywhere.
They just have 4.
I am not a wheeler.
You're a wheeler.
They're like a
As
half a
she
wheeler.
hides her wheels. Children and chicken. Oh no, excuse me. Child and chicken escape into a room where
It's a
Dorothy
good comedy
opens a
duo.
door.
Child and chicken.
Child and chicken. They escape into a room. Dorothy opens the door with the previously found Oz key. So she made it through her nursing lockdown to the river where she lost a friend and didn't seem to care. To the chicken coop, to her chicken talking.
But
still
she
got
held
her
on
key.
to the key.
She got that key.
Key's important. That
Key's
girl was
important.
not important.
She was like, this is going to take me back to Oz. I don't want to be in Kansas anymore. They meet a mechanical man named TikTok, not to be confused with the now popular app to record thyself. Hey, Stephanie.
I hate TikTok.
I like to record
I hate
thyself.
TikTok.
Who explains
I'm now
that
going to
King...
get TikTok so I can record thyself.
Wait a minute. I hate
Record
TikTok, the
thyself.
app. Not TikTok, the character.
Oh yeah, he's damn adorable.
He was kind of cute. I'm
He
not
was
going to
so
lie.
cute.
But TikTok, the
He
app.
reminded me of that movie. You guys are going to know what it's called. Oh, okay, it's a movie with the two robots that have a robot baby made out of like homemade or like hand-me-down parts, and he becomes an inventor, and he goes to the big city, and he has like the little thing that flies around that he created.
Robots?
Is it called Robots? TikTok reminded me of the major inventor in that. I couldn't remember what it was called, but I remembered all the details. Thanks, Scotty, coming in.
That's what I'm here
doing
for.
what his job is.
Doing my job.
Yeah. Okay, so TikTok, who explains that King Scarecrow has been captured by the Gnome King, who is responsible for the Emerald City's destruction. Oh, God, what a jerk. Anybody have any questions so far? Do you want me to go
No,
through
keep
it
going.
Okay.
We'll
The
save questions
three.
for the end.
There's 3 now, because there's a chicken, there's a robot, and there's a child. Visit Princess Mombi, who collects heads and decides to imprison Dorothy to take hers. Oh, it's such a pretty head. She takes her for her head. In a locked room at the top of Mombi's castle, Dorothy, Bellina, and TikTok meet Jack Pumpkinhead, who explains he was brought to life by Mombi's powder of life. It's important. They assemble a creature with furniture, rope, and the head of a goose-like animal called the Gump. Dorothy steals the powder of life from Mombi.
Wait, goose. It's a moose. It's a moose,
Did
not
I
a
say
goose.
goose?
Yeah, you said goose.
It does say moose on here. I got excited because Gump was coming up. My bad.
I was going to say there's no goose.
It says moose right here. Can y'all see that? Moose. Head of a moose-like animal called the Gump. Might as well be goose, I'm just saying. Okay. He was attached to like a thing. He was like a trophy.
Are you sure it wasn't the Gump?
I have questions and statement about that, but I will save them.
Yeah,
He was a trophy.
we will talk all about this in a minute.
So Dorothy steals the powder of life from Mombi, but awakes her many heads. Oh, come on, kid. A girl in a mirror guides Dorothy back to her friends, a girl that she had seen previously. Weird. Back to her friends, where Dorothy uses the powder to bring the Gump to life. He flies them across the deadly desert. Child was correct. To the Gnome King's mountain. Mombi sends the Wheelers after them, but half of them are killed by turning into sand by touching the deadly desert. Again, correct. Know it all. That's what I put in there for that child. She knew it all. The next day, the remaining Wheelers take Mombi the safer route. Apparently there's another route. They didn't try that first. Through the Gnome King's tunnel, towards the Gnome King's mountain. Bum, bum, bum. In his underground domain, the Gnome King, I keep saying gnome, it's not gnome, just so we're clear. It's like name with an O.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Just so you guys all know, it's N-O-M-E, it's gnome. It's a weird word. I don't know how he picked that, but he did. I just thought that should be mentioned. He's not a cute, adorable gnome. So he tells Dorothy, yeah, he's not like a good gnome.
Gary Ganoose, remember Gary Ganoose?
Gary Ganoose can play a gnat or a gnome. Anywho, tells Dorothy that he has turned the Scarecrow into an ornament, because he's evil. He will allow Dorothy and her companions 3 guesses each to identify which ornament. If they fail, they will become ornaments themselves. He likes ornaments. We can all tell that. The Gump and Jack, the Pumpkinhead.
By the way, ornaments are knickknacks.
Yeah, it's like a whole.
Yeah, I was thinking
collection of,
Christmas, and then they're like, there was no
I
Christmas.
know,
I was thinking Christmas.
So they walk into a room, to be a little bit clearer, multiple rooms. Like you walk into a museum, but it's like a museum of an antique store.
Yeah, knickknacks everywhere.
There's literally all sorts of randomness everywhere. So the Gump and Jack go in one at a time. They each fail, and in turn they go in. TikTok appears to have wound down when he went on his turn. So the Gnome King tells Dorothy she could go ahead and start her guesses and wind up her friend. But before she enters, he gives her the chance to return home instead, since he has her discarded ruby slippers. This was not mentioned, but when she went to go see the doctor at the very beginning, he was like, well, where are your ruby slippers if you're going to prove that this story of yours is real? And she was like, they fell off on my way home. I don't know. They're gone. The Gnome King has them. BT dubs. But Dorothy refuses the offer and enters the room. She's not going to leave her friends. Okay? She only kind of wants to go to Kansas. TikTok had not wound down and instead used that as a means to get Dorothy inside the room to see what happens when he becomes an ornament so that they may have more of a chance. While Dorothy makes her guesses in the ornament room, Mombi arrives in the main hall with the Gnome King. The Gnome King, furious at having allowed Dorothy to escape, at Mombi having allowed Dorothy to escape, mind you, Dorothy's still in his little room, he imprisons Mombi in a cage. On her last guess, Dorothy locates the Scarecrow and realizes that people from Oz turn into green ornaments. Weird. After she finds Jack and Gump, the enraged Gnome King eats the Gump's couch body. It was delightful for him. He prepares to eat Jack, but Billina, hiding in Jack's head, lays an egg, and it falls into the Gnome King's mouth. As eggs are poisonous to gnomes, not gnomes, mind you, the Gnome King and his subterranean kingdom
that G
crumble.
helps you protect you against eggs.
Weird that his one thing, like kryptonite, would be a chicken egg, which Billina was having a hard time laying at the very beginning of this film. Crazy. There, they mourn. Oh gosh, there was no T in that word. They mourn the loss of TikTok until Billina notices a green metal stuck to one of the Gump's antlers. Dorothy restores him. It happens to be TikTok, and he's alive again. Hello. At a celebration, Dorothy is asked to be Queen of Oz, but refuses. That's not her life. She's really good. She's really good on the farm. No, thank you.
That's awesome.
That's not my life.
That's not my life.
That's not my life. That's fair.
That
Some
may be
people
yours.
can handle it. She says that she must return to Kansas. She learns that the girl who helped her escape is Princess Ozma, the rightful ruler of Oz, who has been enchanted by Mombi. Ozma takes her place at the throne, and Dorothy hands over the ruby slippers, which is probably good because she already lost them. Obviously can't keep her hands on them, so maybe might as well. Billina opts to stay in Oz. Ozma sends Dorothy home, promising that Dorothy is welcome to return. She probably will in her dreams. We'll see. In Kansas, Dorothy's family finds her on a riverbank. Aunt Em reveals that Whirly's hospital was struck by lightning and burned down. It's fine. You'll be safe there for one night. And Whirly died trying to save his machines. They see Nurse Wilson locked in a cage on a police buggy. Bye. In the farmhouse, now complete, Dorothy sees Billina and Osmond through her bedroom mirror. She goes outside to play with Toto. The end.
There's so much to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Let's break it down, y'all.
Who's first?
I feel like I did a lot of talking, so.
Go ahead, Scotty. And then
Do you want to do the libation first, and then while we're doing the libation, talk about this film?
We can, because we probably should be drinking the
We
libation.
probably should have been
Okay.
drinking while I did that.
Are you ready for the libation? Are you ready
hang
for
on.
the libation?
Are you ready for the libation?
All right. So it's important. I chose this very carefully.
I'm excited. I don't know what it is.
Doesn't matter. We all watched that movie. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't even
I
matter.
won't lie. I liked it up until a point. There's a turning point where there's like this movie goes to hell.
All right. First of all, we have a green lunch pail.
Yes.
I'm about to show you what's going to happen if you pick a green one, because you were told not to.
Do not pick the unripe lunch pail.
I was really into it until after Dorothy leaves the get the ambient sound of the ice. Dorothy
Good
leaves
sound.
Mombi's castle. I was really into it, and then after that, the movie kind of falls like completely apart for me.
Did you not like the talking rock head?
No, I was.
That would be King, the Gnome King. Not
All right.
King Gnome. That's
All right.
not his name.
So I have some ice in the lunch pail, and I'm now going to pour vodka.
Well,
Are y'all watching this?
We knew vodka would be involved.
Did we measure?
Yeah.
Do we need
Dirty
to?
Wife looks
Yes.
horrified.
1 bottle of vodka.
A whole bottle. What size? I don't know. You have to watch the video.
Now we're going to pour rum into it.
1 bottle of rum. What size? I don't know. Watch the video.
Stephanie just makes it drink.
She's so excited right now. This is going to be the best. Should I have worn my skates in
Okay.
here? Probably not.
Because this movie was flippin' bananas.
Well done. And way to reuse the banana thing that we had for another drink. I'm
No,
so proud
that
of you.
was apple.
Just kidding. I use banana. That was me.
So what is that? So for the audience,
This is 99 bananas.
Because it was 99 shades of bananas.
And for the Emerald City, green juice.
Yes. Did you concoct this?
I did.
Sounds fantastic. It was I did that Derby wife made a face.
There's a lot of it, Stephanie.
So,
we're not
let
concerned,
me just
Scotty.
explain.
See if JD's here.
This movie was so fucked up that the only way to enjoy it is to get as fucked up as the movie was. So basically, for you following along, listening, or watching, you go to your liquor cabinet and you just start emptying bottles into a bucket. Whatever your favorite is. If you want to throw some tequila in there, that's fine. Some gin, that's fine. Whatever. Your favorite. This is your call. This is your time to clean out maybe your liquor cabinet and make room for some new bottles. You need to put everything in the bucket. Then pick a juice. It doesn't really matter what kind of juice. You don't even need juice. Just if you want some juice, put some juice in there. Because if you mix all that liquor, it's probably going to taste like ass. So get some juice. I chose green juice. I don't even know what flavor it is.
Didn't matter.
It didn't matter. It was green.
It's technically green Hawaiian punch. I don't think that classifies as a juice.
Okay, whatever it is, it was green, so I'm like, okay, that'll work for the Emerald City. The bucket, I chose the color purposely because they said don't get the green one. Make sure you get a ripe one, don't get a green one. I'm like, I do what I want. I'm going to get a green one.
Oh,
So
no.
what we have here is a wonderful Emerald City hunch punch.
Yes.
So we can drink this a couple of different ways.
Straight from the bucket with the shovel. Done.
I have straws. We can just like dig in with the straws. Or I have glasses. If anybody wants to pour them a glass.
Oh, no.
Whatever.
I'll take a glass. Yeah, I don't.
Here's an extra thing of ice.
I love Our Lady of Libations.
So now we have our Emerald City Hunch Punch.
So good. So good.
It tastes just like the movie.
Just
Wow.
like the movie.
Once again, that was 1 bottle of vodka, 1 bottle of rum,
Woo!
some 99 bananas. I didn't measure it.
I could put this in my car and run it.
And some green juice.
It's so good.
It is.
Yep.
All
I
right.
told you guys.
It's so good. We had some
After-
fries on the way over here.
So you're both mothers.
It's a weird segue from this moment.
Does
but
anybody
yes.
want one of these?
I
we,
do.
we will in a minute.
We're gonna go there in a minute. Okay.
You're both mothers,
You don't have to
I
go
am a
very
mother.
far.
and you both
you
have
go.
children, thus making you mothers.
No, I'm a mother without kids. I just wanted to be a mother.
I'm a mother. Yeah. Okay.
Your kid can't sleep for a couple of months, like straight through the night. Are you going to go find electroshock therapy for them?
Okay, let me.
No, I'm gonna give him Benadryl or
Let
something.
me start this off.
Oh hell, it's the past. Give them whiskey. That baby will sleep through the night.
We have like a half a bucket.
Oh, we
to
gonna
go
get through that. So my 4-year-old, to answer the question, Scotty, never sleeps through the night. Like she didn't sleep through the night for the first time until she was like 15 months old. For the first time.
Right.
And then it went a while again. I thought it was because I nursed and she just wanted to eat, so I stopped nursing. Didn't matter. She still doesn't sleep through the night. She gets up in the middle of the night and goes to her dad's bed almost every single night. So I haven't shocked her yet. She's 4.
Paris shouldn't sleep much either. I'll say that.
You'll get 5 more years and then you got to shock her.
Yeah, I gotta wait till she's 10.
9.
Apparently.
Dorothy was 9.
Oh, the actress.
Actress was 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. I'm
Fergie
hosting
Buck
this.
was 10 when she made this, but Dorothy's 9. So the movie starts and Dorothy's waking up from this nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Aunt Em comes in and it's like, heavens to Betsy, Dorothy, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And she puts her back to bed. And they leave like they haven't been to bed. Like It's a farmhouse in the 1899. Those parents should have already been like in their nightgowns and been asleep since like 9.
Right.
They get up in
early
like
'cause
2
they get
hours.
Up, they're on a farm. They get up at
Right.
4.
Yeah, why are they up at 2 a.m. and
Yeah,
like
they about
dressed
to
and
get
not done? You know, that was weird to me.
Heavens to Betsy.
And it's not like Dorothy was being loud or anything, so.
No, there's one reason why they want to get Dorothy help. Do you remember what it was?
Well, yeah, it's the farm work. She's not very helpful in the mornings when she's tired. Who's going to help me with the eggs? And Uncle Henry's not fixing the farm because of his leg, even though it's been healed for months now.
There you go.
I don't disagree that M's got a lot on her plate.
Paid so much attention to this movie.
My 10-year-old child is
Can't slave with me in the yard.
She can't work. She's not doing her share.
She's having that conversation with Uncle Henry like, should we take her to the doctor to get shocked? I don't know, it's a lot of money, but I need the help.
Not it could be
need
dangerous. Not it could hurt the
it's so
child.
much money.
Not you're going to electrocute the child. It's expensive.
The eggs. Who's going to get the eggs?
So interesting fact. I don't know if you have this in your notes or anything, but at this time, electrical shock therapy was used for everything.
I do not have that in my notes.
Because it was such a new marvel. They didn't know. I mean,
It was before the lobotomy.
right. They had just yeah, exactly it is. They had just kind of harnessed electricity in the last 10 years before or whatever.
They're like, ooh, what can we do with this?
Right. And so because of the they're not understanding electronic fields or anything. I mean, they used to, like, if you had a cold, you could go to a doctor and it was the cure for the common cold to get shocked. And so, and while getting shocked will clear up your sinuses for a little bit, but it doesn't, there's a whole thing about it, so.
That's crazy. I will say, half of this movie reminded me of Sucker Punch. Like, we're going to take her, and then they go to take her back, and then she escapes, and I'm like, oh, this is like a child's version. Okay. All right.
It's very similar because there's an institution setting, and then there's this fantasy setting.
It's very similar. I thought that was very interesting.
I just thought it was interesting that we watched another movie about a mental institution.
And I do think that the next one should be The Craft, to see how she works in her older days.
Also a movie about a mental institution. So
true story.
I've only seen it once, and I
There's
did not know
a whole lot
that.
of crazy.
I just remembered there was witchcraft.
Have you ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I have not.
That's such a good movie.
We were in it, not the movie.
I haven't seen the play either. One day. So is it? So you guys have more you want to speak about?
Oh,
or y'all
God,
ready?
yeah.
So,
Okay.
go
I
ahead.
want to
Okay.
talk about this
Okay.
chicken.
Okay, wait. Bellina.
Bellina.
Yes.
Okay.
She's a French chicken.
First
living
of
on
all-
a southern farm.
First of all, you.
Okay, hold on real quick. If you think Bellina is French,
I didn't do it like this.
That's Italian.
Bellina.
Bellina's
That's what I
Italian.
meant. That's what I said in my head.
just want to clarify that.
It could
I
be
mean, if we're going to
French.
be offensive, we want to be correctly offensive.
It could be French.
So
French people can have Bellina as a name too. Anybody can.
I don't think they can have Bellinas.
Bellina.
They can have a Bellina.
Oh, I keep trying to knock my drink over. That'd be so sad.
So anyway, Dorothy's got her dog Toto still, right? Who was her companion the first time she went to Oz? Makes sense. Her little dog or whatever. Toto obviously can't go to the mental institution with her. I get that. But her traveling companion to Oz is a freaking chicken.
I can take this one, Scotty.
Now hold on.
When she's
I'm
ready,
just
I can take this
saying.
one.
And so that's kind of bizarre. Instead of this cute little dog that she's got in her little picnic basket and whatever,
Picnic basket.
she's got a chicken that she's running around with. And by the way, if animals can talk when they're in Oz, how come Toto never talked? That's a good question.
He had nothing to say.
Maybe he was quiet. Maybe he was shy.
I'm just saying. But anyway, one thing that you didn't mention
Fair
in your
question.
sermon is when the Gnome King was terrified of chickens, and it's said throughout the whole time, chicken, there's a chicken. And it's like the whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm like, what is this chicken going to do? What is so special about chickens? Why is he so scared of? Is she a super powered chicken? What's going on with the chicken?
She is.
And
Chicken
then
talk.
at the end where she destroys the Gnome King by laying an egg in his mouth.
Which she struggled with at the beginning, so well done, Bellina.
So
If you don't lay an egg, Aunt Em's going to turn you into stew.
that's right. I'm just so the whole
I'm pretty
time,
sure if they get hungry enough, they're going to put
I am
Belina into stew anyway.
I am just cracking up this whole time that the savior of Oz is this chicken, and all she had to do was lay a darn egg.
Well done.
That was it.
Proud of you, Belina.
And the claymation was terrible. I just have to throw that in there.
The claymation was...
It was made in 1985.
But they also had their budget slashed.
Well, let me tell
Whoa.
I just want to say,
Calm down,
I just want to say that one more thing. I make my husband watch these movies with me, by the way.
Oh, we apologize, Jamie, on this one.
And
usually I don't like
And he literally was looking up stuff on Wikipedia and this, that, and the other.
Oh, go Jamie.
Yeah, he was, he's like committed to this, and he's like, and finally at one point he said, this is just awful. He said, how is it that the technology, the special effects were better in 1939 than they were in 1985? It was, and it's true.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Again, I think it comes down to cost. They did. There's a lot of cost saving in this, and because they did have their budget slashed.
They had their budget cut, so
And
they had to make adjustments. But outside of that, I think this movie tried to stay very close to the books, whereas the other one kind of. To me, without having read the books, my interpretation of the first books, I've been in the process of reading them, but I haven't finished. My interpretation is like the first one was definitely made under a producing standpoint, like to sell the story, whereas this one, like everything looks a little cartoonish. Like the Scarecrow looks way different than it did before. It doesn't look like a person. It's not relatable. They look cartoonish, more kid-like.
Right.
Dorothy looks like a kid. Like my first comment to Derby Wythe was, why did we go from like a teenager to a child? Like,
yeah,
we go back in time?
Actually, Jamie made the same comment. He's like, what? Why is this? This is crazy. Dorothy was a teenager, and now, at least in the original movie.
Right. Dorothy, Judy was 14, 15 when she made the first one.
Yeah.
Derby Wythe,
Judy Garland, how old was she when she was
with Dorothy?
Became
16. That makes sense.
Yeah, but she played a 13, 14-year-old, right? Or 12. Like they had her playing younger, but not little. Like.
But in the books, Dorothy's a child. She's like pubescent.
She's like the age she is in.
Right.
In Return to Oz.
Right. She's supposed to be close, so they went closer to that.
Yeah.
A lot of it too was like, Disney just couldn't get the rights to a lot of things because the look and feel of what we know as Wizard of Oz is owned by MGM, and so I know they paid for the slippers.
To actually get the slippers.
Those are the actual slippers?
No, to use the slippers.
Oh.
Because
really?
in the book the slippers are silver.
Right.
And they're not red, the rubies. And so rubies is a Technicolor thing that they use for MGM, and so Disney wanted to keep that kind of connection. So they paid MGM a lot of money just to use the slippers. I think that's the only money they paid. They didn't pay for anything else.
Right.
Because Wizard of Oz is in public domain. You can do whatever you. You and I, we can just make a Wizard of Oz movie.
Okay.
So.
But that became theirs because it wasn't in the book technically.
Right. So we'd have to do silver slippers and all that other stuff.
Derby Wife also pointed out that the first book came out in 1900, which is 1 year after this movie takes place.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes place this one takes place very similar, like close to when it actually came out.
So moving forward, I enjoyed the film. Like I was really getting into it, and you're looking into it in like context of what it is. That's how I can watch it. I can okay, I understand that it had the budget slashed. It's an interesting story up until after the mummy princess stuff, the queen stuff, because it's like it just loses me. It just so loses me. However, saying that, Jack is the weirdest thing.
Jack is weird.
Jack is weird. It's like, so you're the only female here, so I'm just gonna call you Mom. Is that cool?
Right. He's calling this child Mom.
He's just like
That's weird.
And it was weird.
I forgot to put that in there.
I haven't read the books.
She's like, that's
and
fine.
I probably won't read the books. This is not my cup of tea.
Would you like me to randomly just serenade you with the books?
I don't know. If it's anything like this movie, probably not.
We'll see.
If this was...
It's not. They're fairy tales. They're American fairy tales. And that's how they're written.
I like the Alice in Wonderland books. I'm not sure I'm going to like these if this is what happens.
No, because like again, Return to Oz is a mix of the two, so it's like so
you get pieces of it, and
Right.
there are some things that don't line up technically right, and I have that notated as
So
well.
what was the movie that I thought I had seen? The one with James Franco, because that one's good.
The one that's just Oz.
No,
I
it's
mean,
Oz the Great and Powerful.
Oz and Great, but yeah, that's a Disney
Oz
movie
the Great
too.
and Powerful.
I have not
That's
seen that one.
It's a good one. That's actually really good. So that's why I was excited. I'm like, oh, I saw that. No, I was wrong. I was just had my movies really messed up.
Other things. I feel bad for the Gump because he's an abomination and he's aware of it.
But he's so happy.
No, he's not. He's
He
miserable.
wanted to be
I thought
left
he was happy.
No, he wanted to be left on the. He doesn't want to fly.
No,
he
he-
wants to be just
I missed
mounted.
all of that.
Yeah,
In my brain, he was
Homeboy
happy.
just wants to be dead, and he's
Yeah.
like really happy. Like, I mean, even when they're on the mountain, he's like, okay, if I'm just ahead, I'm cool with that. Just leave me alone. They're like, no, we gotta put you on this couch and give you this horrific body so you
Why
can
did
be
I
this.
feel like he was happy?
He was
no,
not happy.
he was not.
The Gump was a gimp.
He was. I feel bad for him because he was brought to life against his will and kept alive against his will, and he became.
And turned into a darn couch.
he was like a weird monster.
He didn't like it.
I don't know why I thought that.
I
Was
mean,
that when we got up and went and made something in the kitchen?
he was very compliant.
Did we miss that section? I don't know. Doesn't matter. He was not happy.
Movies have pauses.
We just, I don't know, Scotty. I don't do that. I just didn't. I don't know. I'm doing so well.
I totally. Every time Jamie went up to go to the bathroom or the kitchen to make a drink, I would pause it.
You're right,
But
'cause-
not in the shows he wants to watch.
No,
right.
no,
I
no.
did it on purpose. It's
Because-
like, I'm going to make you watch
Right.
every bit of this damn
If we're
movie.
gonna suffer through it, we gotta suffer through it.
We're going to suffer
buddy.
together. I've already refilled. Anybody else want to refill? I figured out how to do this without spilling it.
I'm getting there. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna need some cookies.
But
first.
so,
macaroni.
I thought Jack was an interesting character, but he's weird. It was just, I feel bad for I feel bad for TikTok too.
Hi, Mom.
Because TikTok, your whole existence is, you have to rely on your friends to wind you up.
Well, she brings up that point too, where she was like,
Why didn't they put it where he could wind himself?
she's like winding him up, and she was like, I wonder why they didn't put this on the front so you could wind yourself up.
Right. Also,
Because
that
you'll
was
go
it.
blind
let's
if you
talk
wind
about how
yourself up.
TikTok is literally the army of Oz. That's what he is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's the army. He's the whole army.
Just in one, and
He's
he got
the
made
army of
into a
Oz.
medal because he did so well. I wasn't sarcastic. He
But
was a
again,
great
I
person.
like, and then after, for me, it just falls apart when they get to the Gnome King stuff. Is boring. It's not even interesting. It's
That's when it got really bad for me too. And it's
I will say his rock faces when he would appear as a face on the rocks. I can see how that would be scary for kids. Where he would react on the rock face, for a kid.
I just
strapped
thought it
to
was
a bed and hitting electroshock is scary.
I just thought it was awful though. The claymate. So you go from certain things that look. It just took me because it's two completely different formats, and it for me visually, because I'm used to a certain amount of technology.
Also,
I agree.
I was like, I can't. It just looks bad.
And don't get me wrong, Farouja Balk was fine in this film, but the funniest thing for me for Farouja Balk is when she would do Judy Garland's accent.
Every once in a while, it popped out.
She would do Judy Garland, and then she forget that she's doing Judy
Right.
Garland, and so it was hilarious to me.
It was cute because it was cute when she did it because, well, number one, Farouja Balk's young, so she
was actually 10.
yeah. And it did. We'd mentioned that. It's like, oh, she sounded like Judy then.
Right,
And it's
when I saw the trailer, all the clips of her talking are pretty much her doing her Judy, and I was like, oh, she's gonna do it, and it was fairly accurate Judy.
Yeah, it was a good
And then
Judy.
you watch the movie, and she just kind of forgets about
It's okay. She's
She
a baby.
tried.
She's raised by gypsies.
it. So
I mean,
really
literally.
think,
Yeah.
if you look at this movie as being a separate type of movie, not connected to the Wizard of Oz, it's okay, by itself. But it is hard to I couldn't even put them together. They weren't even the same thing. The kid was a different age.
I'm curious why they went with this instead of doing a remake of Wizard of Oz.
Well, they had a lot of trouble with Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz went through Judy Garland was treated like
Well,
shit
yeah,
the whole
because
time.
it was in the 30s.
But
so-
that
they
was
have
50 years
lawsuits?
prior.
I
so.
don't think that they treated children like that in the 80s. They just
Yeah.
gave them cocaine at parties,
they
like
sorta-
Drew Barrymore.
Right.
Cocaine at parties.
So I think that if you really look at them as different, and honestly, it might come down to if they were looking at it later, trying to match it up right, and you can't replace Judy Garland. You just can't. So, I mean, nobody can. So they're like, let's just stick it straight to the books, and then it'll be completely different all around, and then it won't be jarring. Like it'll
There
just
you
be
go.
something
But
completely different.
I think this movie would have fared better if they would have done Wizard of Oz first and then make a sequel that way. So we'd have an established like a Disney version of
completely separate.
like a Disney Wizard of Oz.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so-
Like not building off of that one.
Have
just
Wizard of Oz,
start
yeah,
over.
right, and
No,
don't
I
make
agree.
it.
I agree.
And don't make it a musical. Just make it straight up. That's fine. I mean, because the MGM one's a classic. You shouldn't ever remake that. But if you're going to do this story, and you can, because it's again public domain, make it your own, and then go into this Return to Oz. But again, there's a money grab.
It's a thing.
Are y'all ready for some bar trivia?
Yeah, I think I mean, I've said everything I want to say.
When are we going to get to this?
Okay, well, we're going to get to that. Would you like to do it now?
Oh, it's whenever.
How about after bar trivia?
After bar trivia. Let's do
Okay,
it.
so it took how many actors to play TikTok?
It was Deep Roy, wasn't it? 2 probably. I know Deep Roy was TikTok. Wasn't he?
Nope.
I thought Deep Roy was. Who was Deep Roy? Hold on.
I don't know.
I want to look it up, but that's not fair.
I will say 2.
I said 2.
So we both.
But I
said
thought Deep Roy.
Technically took 3
Okay.
because there was somebody else that voiced it.
Okay.
I don't know who that was that played whichever, but I know most of the characters in that context, like Pumpkinhead had 2. I didn't write
One
them down.
voice and one motion.
Pretty much. A lot of them had a separate voice for the motion, but some had double, like more than 2.
Right.
They had a couple people. Like so, for example, with TikTok, there were 2 build actors. There was Tim Rose and a gymnast named Michael Sundin, who stood upside down with legs bent and backwards inside TikTok's body to move the legs. And Sean Barrett did the voice.
Wait a minute. I thought Deep Roy was TikTok. Who was Deep Roy then?
I don't think Deep Roy's in this one.
Yes, he was.
Maybe.
Yes, he was. They were looking up Wikipedia while they were
Hold
watching
on,
the
I
chances
no
are
problem.
great she knows.
However,
But there was a gymnast upside down, and that made me think of
That's
Drew.
crazy.
And
So-
Jim Cotta.
so
Gymkhana.
So I have a bit of trivia that you won't know.
Well,
But-
wait. Well, I might. What? Deep Roy was what? Deep Roy was a Tin Man.
Tin
Thank
Man.
you, Derby
Thank
Wife.
you.
Okay, so
Thank
ready?
you.
Ready? Tim Rose has a Star Wars connection.
I know who
100%
that is.
did not know that.
I bet you.
Well
I know
done,
who
Scotty.
he is.
She doesn't because she's not.
I'm
going
going to guess. This is my Star Wars knowledge. Is Tim Rose one of the small furry little creatures?
No.
Yoda.
No.
Chewbacca.
No.
Jedi.
Oh, that's right. Tim Rose was TikTok.
Bad guy.
No.
All of the stormtroopers.
No.
Because they were all based off one person.
No.
No. But I'm glad you
That's
remember.
how they were.
He was important,
in
though.
the Star Wars universe.
He was a Tin Man. He was an important.
Darth Vader.
No.
David Prowse.
Come on. You don't know who Darth Vader is?
No, not even a little bit. Have you listened to our Justina and Scotty watch?
No, I need to
Because
watch them. Listen to them. I have.
They're
not.
actually pretty great. I'm pretty proud of myself 3 years ago.
I'm
not
so
gonna
bad.
lie.
I don't listen to.
Would you like to? She doesn't know because we've not watched that movie, so she doesn't know.
Oh yeah, then I'm out.
Yeah, isn't he Admiral Akbar?
He is. It's a trap.
That's a. Now I don't want to be an admiral. Oh, it's a trap. That's the guy with like the.
Yeah,
he
he
looks
looks
like
like
an
a
alien.
fish.
Yeah, like a squid, a
Right.
living live squid person.
Yeah.
I
It's a
know
trap.
that from memes.
It's a trap.
That's it.
I know that from me.
Because people will go, "It's a trap," in the middle of a fight on Facebook. That's
So-
how I know.
so
And
yes.
Scotty has met him and gotten his
I
autograph.
have met him.
He also did TikTok.
Also,
No, he did the Tin Man. No, TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he
Deep
did
Roy.
TikTok.
I drank with Deep Roy. Like, I drank a lot
Is
with
that
Deep
the one
Roy.
that you saw at Pensacon?
No, I saw him
Oh.
at Star Wars Celebration at a bar.
Oh,
And
well
I totally
done.
hung out and actually got an interview with him on my phone, and we were both drunk as shit.
So the film received a mention in the Guinness Book of World Records as the sequel that made the longest period of time after the original. It was released 46 years after The Wizard of Oz in 1939.
Oh, wow.
Bambi and the Great Prince of the Forest in 2006 broke that record in 2006.
Bambi had a sequel?
Releasing 64 years after the original Bambi in 1942. I did not know either. So you're welcome, universe. It's out there. It was 64 years later. You guys all thought it was a new movie. It's not. It's a sequel.
All right.
The characters of the movie's version of Princess Mombi is based on that of Princess Langwidere, right? right? Languideer. I practiced this too because I couldn't figure it out.
Languideer.
That one was the one where it was like Languideer. In Ozma
I don't know
of
what
Oz.
accent she's doing.
No, that one's just to try to figure out how to say
I know,
it.
but it's an accent.
Melina Languideer.
It's somewhere in Europe, but I don't know.
In
Exactly.
Ozma of Oz. Go ahead.
When she runs this, she does that same accent at the beginning of every time she does it,
Every
and it's
time.
like I don't know if that's her announcer accent or her
This is what
serious
announcers sound
accent.
like.
I don't know.
It changes in the
Let's
middle.
get ready to rumble.
And then I go into like a
she's doing.
southern and then like these European accents. I don't know. I cannot do accents. I can do them together.
Clearly.
I'm the melting pot of accents, but I cannot do them one at a time throughout an entire setting. Anywho's. So Ozma of Oz, who ruled the land of Eve.
Hold on.
That was Princess.
This should have been a shot.
Hold on.
No, I don't need a
Languideer.
shot. I've got plenty.
He
I
doesn't
just-
need a shot.
Whew.
You can just go ahead and drink some.
Would you like a shot of bananas?
I will take a shot of banana.
All right.
Derby wife?
Who else wants a shot,
Shot
of
of
banana?
bananas?
The Derby wife needs a drive.
I bought these adorable shot glasses
They're green. Derby
because
wife
of
is green.
because of the Emerald City.
Continue.
So anyway, Princess Languideer, like I was saying, she ruled over the land of Eve, or Ev. I think it's Eve. It's Evie. Ev. Like Bev, but Ev. Across the deadly desert, which you are aware of now, from Oz. As in the movie, Languideer had interchangeable heads and locked Dorothy in the tower room of the palace. So instead of incorporating her in the film, they just turned Princess Mombi into the person that did that. So that's still a thing, different person. They combined the two. Kind of like
Somebody's
the interchangeable heads.
Somebody's trying to hand you a
Jellicle Jester.
shot.
What? Oh, shiznit. I'm so sorry.
Okay, quick shot for what are we shooting? The accents or Languideer?
Nanners.
Nanners.
Shit's bananas.
Now, while you guys hack up a lung, do you not know why that's named 99 Bananas?
How did you just take that and talk like the alcohol wasn't burning you on the way
Because
up? I got it on my tongue.
I'm a professional. This is why I'm the lady of libations. Do you know why that's called 99 Bananas?
Because it has 99 forms of alcohol in it?
It's 99 proof.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I really thought it was less than that. I thought it was like a liqueur.
No,
Liqueurs
ma'am.
are nothing.
That's 99 proof.
That's why I cannot feel my tongue right now. I'm not driving home. I am wearing skates, and I do have to get to the car. It's
Thankful
fine.
that I have a couch in here.
Do not tell my
you guys
team.
asked for it. Lady of libations. Yes, let's
So
do
screw,
it.
marry, kill. I am almost done.
No, you're fine.
So we have Princess Mombi, Gnome King, or the lead wheeler.
You are a bitch.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Do you guys need to incorporate the cute animatronic animals or the child?
I'm like, no, you're right.
I got you on that. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
I'm
I was like, let's do the evil things.
the child's definitely out.
Would you like me to add Uncle Henry into the
no. I got this. I'll go
Belina?
first.
We should have done
I'll go
creatures.
first. I got it.
Does she though?
I did. Okay. Okay. You go. You
Think,
go.
I'll think.
You go.
Because I got
I'm
mine.
like-
I got
I'm
mine.
like,
All right. I'm sorry, Wheeler. You got to go. Because there ain't no room for wheels in the bedroom.
oh, that's not right.
That's
Yeah.
not true.
Hey,
Nobody's used
you
wheels
live
right for
your
you.
life the way you want to live it, World of Skate Girl. And you live your life the way you want to live it, Boxing Girl.
It sounds like the hunch punch, the Emerald City hunch punch is called.
Do I interrupt you when you do
your
this?
life and you
Do-
live your life. Wheels not in the bedroom.
I feel like we should do the libation first from now on.
Where was I?
No wheels in the
No
bedroom, Scotty.
no wheels in bedroom.
Ain't
Or in a
wheels,
married life.
Ain't no wheels in the Scotty White bedroom.
Ain't no wheels.
Ain't no wheels. We'll make it a religion. Mm-hmm. Right.
Praise God.
Right, exactly.
I'm about the wheel life. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like my other two options either. But
You could pick a different head on the Queen Mombi.
see, I think I will have sex with the Queen Mommy lady.
With the head of your choice?
With the head of my choice. Or a few heads, depending on how long the night
Or
lasts.
take off the heads because she
One
moves
head
like
up top,
a robot
one head on the
without
bottom.
it.
Right.
I just
right.
want to have
whatever
robot sex so bad.
You know, that could be handy. And then I guess I'm marrying the king because he's a king. And I like stability in my life. And he got jewels, and Scotty got an expensive taste, you know?
Scotty saw that ornament collection.
I was
He's
like,
about that
girl could live
lifestyle.
there. That's what I'm saying. Girl could live there is all I'm saying.
All right.
So that's where I'm at. That's my truth. That's where I'm living. I'm living in the Ornament King place with my main man, the rock dude.
The rock.
And then I got to explain.
The more ornaments we make, the more he's got a body.
Okay.
Right? Ornament dude.
All right. Here I go.
Gnome King, you're my husband.
I'm going to
Got this
have
movie.
sex with the Wheeler.
Okay. Wheels in the bedroom. Heard that.
I'm just thinking that it would be interesting. So
They're very flexible.
this one. Well, no, wait. This is so no. I changed that. I'm having sex with Queen Mombi because I mean, one head could be on her. I mean, I could use multiple heads and put one somewhere and one somewhere. You know, I
Y'all thinking
I could
naughty.
put one here, and one there, and then like there's options.
You guys have
I
to
could
watch
set
the
some
video
up
for
to
that.
watch because I'm a freak.
And I'm thinking that the queen. That's what I'm saying. I think sex with the queen will be more interesting.
She a queen, right? That'd be or a was she a queen or a princess? I don't remember.
Princess Mombi.
It's Princess Mombi.
She a princess.
I'm
I'm
a
gonna-
princess.
I'm going.
Oh wait, shit, she's a princess. She may be like high maintenance.
I'm
No,
go-
you guys already chose her for sex.
No,
Continue.
I'm gonna kill the Gnome King and steal all of his shit.
I don't
So
think
you're
that's
gonna
an option.
marry the Wheeler?
I'm gonna marry the Wheeler because I'm gonna assassinate him in his sleep and not have to worry about it. I just like I don't. It's like he's a throwaway. So I'm like. If I don't want to marry the Gnome King because I don't want to live in that cave, but if I kill him and steal all of his stuff, then it's epic. I can see me epically going in and killing him with chicken eggs, and then stealing all of his knickknacks, and it'll be great. Instead of hand grenades, I'm just gonna have like a pocket full of chicken eggs and just bam, 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 and throwing
side
at him.
note,
It's gonna be awesome.
Yes, sir.
I really want fried chicken right now.
But just because I marry
alcohol
somebody, doesn't mean I have to stay married. So
I feel like I understand that the most.
I will briefly marry the Wheeler to just like disregard him.
Okay.
There you go.
Also, I understand that I've been married.
It happens.
I mean, I'm
You
on
just
my
have to
second
find
marriage.
your true self.
I found my truth.
Okay,
In a
so
Wheeler?
No, in my husband. My Wheeler is like my first husband. I can throw him away.
Shots fired.
Pow.
all right. So
Where were we?
I'm gonna kill the Gnome King. We're gonna get mine out now. I will probably have sex with a Wheeler.
You're like me? Oh wait,
Because-
I almost picked that.
Yeah, you didn't. Because they are flexible and then they can wheel on away.
It's better than the chicken.
They're very submissive, so I feel like I could just get the sex I need,
and you know
then
Jack
I'm
doesn't-
done. I don't want to be married to them. I don't feel like
I
they're.
didn't want to be married to the princess because I felt like she was a
But
bitch.
the princess could change her heads based on what we needed.
But she's a bitch.
Like, hey, honey, we gotta really fix up
I
the
don't know,
house
she could
today.
be a
We gotta
fixer-upper.
fix up
You
the
could fix
castle.
that.
Get your
You
castle
can't
fixing
fix
head.
bitchy.
I
Get
don't
your
know.
castle
You
fixing
can
head.
get
Hey, honey,
I don't know. How well did that
we're
work
gonna
for
go
you
on
in
a
your
hike.
first marriage?
We're gonna go on a hike. Get your hike. Get your
She
hike
might
head.
watch this.
Let's go.
I'm sorry.
My first wife wasn't.
I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, honey, we're gonna go clean some dishes. Go ahead and get your dishes head. Let's go. Boom. Happy marriage. She can get her heads, and then we can live
But
happily
what
together.
if the one
but
head is
I'm
just a
gonna
bitch?
be. But it's guys. It's Princess Mombi. Like I'll just have to be the Lord.
I got a question. I have a question.
Yes.
Over here.
Scotty.
This guy.
Scotty has a question. Yeah, calm down.
This is why we should drink beforehand. I
This is
swear
why
to
we should
God.
always film ourselves. It's like we have an audience.
the director.
Okay, I get that. I
And-
totally understand.
Why though?
Because this is the director's first and only film. He was a producer before.
I also
him.
understand that.
Okay.
Who do you think they went to replace him?
They went
This
to
was not the question for
Steven
me.
Spielberg.
Close, but no.
They went
Oh.
with Ron Howard.
Ron wasn't really directing back then. I mean,
Okay, hold on.
She's got this. She's got this.
They went with Star Wars guy.
They went with George Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas went to the set. There's pictures of him on set watching this being made.
And he said, "Hell no."
He turned it down. Well, he's a friend of the director. And he said, "Look, this guy can get this done," because he believed in him.
Right.
And he got it done. But just with a third of the budget.
George Lucas said, "Hell no."
And what do you think that budget was?
After the cut, the final budget.
What do you think their budget was? Yeah, their final budget.
I believe it was $7 million.
This is so fun to be on this side of it, Scotty.
16.
It was $25 million.
25.
Oh shit! And they still fucked it
They
up.
probably spent $20 million on those ruby slippers. Let's be honest right now.
I'm like, they didn't spend their money wisely.
So in opening weekend, how much do you think it made?
Oh, not shit. I mean, they probably made 85. I don't know, because 85. I didn't see this in the theater.
Do you know the release date?
So yes, it was June 23rd.
Oh, summer movie.
So it was about now. Coincidence? I think not. You're welcome. It's like I knew this movie needed to be picked.
Yeah.
June 23rd, 1985. Would you like to take a break on this question and then talk about the top 5 movies of the time to figure out how much it made?
I want to say that this was 7 in the top 10. Are we doing top 10?
I'll be more generous and say 3.
So it was actually 8.
I was closer. I win this one.
Okay. So who was number 1 and who was number 2nd and who was number 3rd and 4th?
In 85. I don't remember. I'm so terrible at this game.
I am too, but Scotty over there, I'm intrigued to see what he throws
85 down. Top Gun. I don't know what came out.
See,
this is for the week. Okay?
For the week?
This isn't for the year.
I don't know the week.
Okay, so Breakfast Club. Or Pretty in Pink, or 16 Candles, or any 80s movie that...
There's one on here, I will say, that we have
St.
not
Elmo's
watched.
Fire. I don't know.
But we should, and it has to do with children.
Goonies?
Yes.
Oh, I love the Goonies.
The Goonies was the 3rd for this week.
Goonies Never Die.
Does that help at all, Scotty?
Monster Squad is better than Goonies.
I mean,
you said that when we did Monster Squad.
Also, but we can
but
do Goonies
see,
too.
you have to understand, 85. I didn't see Monster Squad in the theater. Goonies has this particular following.
Goonies has it, but just as a structure of film, I get bored watching Goonies. 85. I will go with Back to the Future.
Okay, so Back to the Future was that year, but it was not in the top week.
Okay, so it may have been later.
So I'll let you know who the top week was, because you did hit the Goonies.
Okay.
So for that week, first was Cocoon.
Oh, that was a great movie.
I have not seen. I will let you guys know I have seen none of the things in this list.
The Cocoon
so that
was good.
Super fun for me. Second was Rambo, First Blood Part 2.
Oh shit, Rambos are good.
Third was The Goonies. Fourth was Life Force.
I never saw that.
Toby Hooper.
I never saw Life Force.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a canon film.
Okay.
Fifth was Fletch.
Oh, I like Fletch.
Sixth was Witness.
Witness is all right.
Witness is where Harrison Ford gets his Oscar nomination.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's okay. It's like Harrison Ford is with the Amish.
I have seen Witness.
Okay.
I have seen that for school. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just forget
Harrison
titles.
Ford is with the Amish.
That was a good movie. Yeah. I did enjoy that.
Lou Gossett Jr. was in it?
I did enjoy the deeper aspects of that. It was good. Seventh was Prizzy's Honor. Prizzy's?
No.
Prizzy's
Honor.
Prizzy's Honor.
I said it right, guys. Oh, my gosh.
Prizzy's.
Nicholson was the Oscar for that.
You got to put the T.
There's no T.
But
it's P-R-I-Z-Z.
I know, but the way you pronounce it, Prizzy's Honor. You got to be hard on it.
Prizzy's.
I think Michael Caine wins his Oscar for that, too.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Eighth was Return to Oz. I couldn't remember what this film was called.
Yeah.
Ninth was Desperately Seeking Susan.
Oh, I love that movie. That should be on here. That's one of my favorites, believe it or not.
I don't know what that is.
No,
I couldn't even guess what that was.
I love Desperately Seeking Susan.
Susan means something different to me these days. 10th was A View to a Kill.
I love that movie too.
Dance.
So that was this week.
Meeting you.
So keeping that in mind, what do you think
Grace
it
Jones
made?
To a kill. Face to face in secret
Dance
places.
Into the fire.
Yeah.
So what do you think it made its opening weekend? Keeping in mind its budget was $25 million.
It made a $7 million.
Oh, 2.
2.844.
I was
It
close.
was at 7th in 85. It made 2.
So
Whatever.
gross altogether, it made $11,137,000.
Oh, it didn't even make his budget. Poor movie.
Of course it didn't.
They
So,
lost money.
With that in mind, how do you think it ranked for the year out of 100?
100.
74.
81.
Oh, okay.
84. The top 5 of the year was Back to the Future,
That was a good movie.
Beverly
Beverly
Hills Cop,
Yep.
Rambo: First Blood Part 2,
Yep.
Rocky 4.
That's my favorite Rocky. Rocky 4 came out that
I
year?
think it's everyone's favorite Rocky.
Oh, my God. That has my boyfriend in it. Dolph Lundgren. I love him
You have
so much.
lots of boyfriends.
No, I have a certain amount of boyfriends.
I have a respectable amount of boyfriends.
And let me tell you, Dolph Lundgren is a man that is still so sexy. And you know what makes him sexy? Not only is he a beautiful bodybuilding Swede, but he went to MIT.
Okay.
He's a genius.
Okay.
He's gorgeous and intelligent and there we go. I'm sorry.
So this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours. Deuces. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.